Hello everyone and welcome to my The Young and the Restless Soapy Stories channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless recap for Wednesday, June 11th, reveals that Chelsea Lawson will think she's figured out Aristotle Dumas' identity, so she'll plan to bribe Victor Newman. At Society on Wednesday's YNR episode, Chelsea will run into Nikki Newman and seek advice on how to stop Victor from going after Billy Abbott. Nikki will suggest Chelsea's fighting a battle she can't win, but she'll eventually suggest Chelsea could offer Victor something he wants more than revenge on Billy and negotiate. At Newman Media, Victor will praise the pieces Adam Newman released on Nikki and the great work she's doing at Chancellor. However, Victor will complain since he won't see any pieces trashing Billy yet. Adam will claim it's best to let Nikki shine on her own and hit Billy during a second media wave later. Once the conversation shifts to Dumas' party, Adam will get updates on Nick Newman inviting Sharon Newman and assume they're becoming a couple again. If that's the case, Adam will admit he's happy for Sharon as long as Nick doesn't break her heart. Victor will talk about his plan to make Dumas an ally against Jack Abbott, so he'll think it's crucial to make Billy look like a failure. As Chelsea eavesdrops outside, Victor will warn Adam that he needs to move forward with a second media wave against Billy tomorrow. When Chelsea pops up and requests a meeting with Victor, he'll agree to speak with her at Crimson Lights in an hour. Adam will ask what Chelsea's up to, so she'll explain her plan to bribe Victor into backing off Billy. Although Adam will wonder if Chelsea is stuck on her ex, she'll deny it and continue her efforts to do what's right. Adam will question how Chelsea plans to negotiate with Victor, so she'll admit she's going to offer him information. "I've figured out who Aristotle Dumas really is," Chelsea will declare with a confident smirk. Back at Society, Nikki will spill to Victor about her recent conversation and confess she pushed Chelsea to bribe him. At the GCAC, an excited Sally Spectra will talk to Billy about their upcoming trip to Nice. Unfortunately, the conversation will take an unsettling turn for Sally when Billy shares suspicions about Dumas assembling a team for a Victor ambush. Sally will start to worry about getting caught in the crossfire, so she'll think they should skip the party altogether. Billy will argue that they can just watch the fireworks from the sidelines, but his attempts to downplay things will only make Sally more nervous. In the end, Billy will promise that they'll bail on the gathering and go find their own chateau to relax in if it all goes wrong. That said, Billy will have a much more optimistic attitude about this trip and will hint about it being life-changing for everyone. The Young and the Restless spoilers say terrible news will strike once all the party action heats up, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless recap for Tuesday, June 10th, reveals that Audra Charles will make a +1 pitch to Kyle Abbott. Victor Newman will also have an Aristotle Dumas warning for Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott, so let's talk about what's ahead on YNR. At the Abbott mansion, Kyle will assure Jack that he can hold down the fort at Jabot while his dad's away with Diane at Dumas' party. Once Diane comes home, she'll join Jack in grilling Kyle about the details of his deal with Victor. However, Kyle will insist he's got everything under control and will avoid spilling much of anything right now. After Claire Newman calls with updates on Cole Howard, Kyle will spread the news about Cole's transfer to a hospital in Chicago, one that specializes in treating pneumonia. When Diane finds out that transfer was arranged by Victor, she'll wonder if it was part of his manipulation to keep Kyle and Claire apart. At the GCAC, Holden Novak will eavesdrop on Audra's discussion with Victor. That'll give Holden the scoop on Audra plotting against Kyle and Victor scoring the Dumas party invite she asked for. Once Audra assures Victor that Kyle's downfall is imminent, she'll head for the door. Holden will stop Audra to taunt her about what he overheard and will assume she plans to sabotage Kyle's relationship with Claire on Victor's orders. Audra will act like Holden misunderstood and will push him to back off. Kyle will show up as Holden's leaving, so Holden will leave him in Audra's very capable hands and saunter out. Kyle will comment on the fact that Audra and Holden always look like they're about to tear into each other, or tear each other's clothes off. After Audra downplays her connection to Holden, she'll gloat about her Dumas bash invite and pitch her first public battle with Kyle. Audra will talk about the opportunity to generate buzz through the cosmetics feud, and will suggest they could turn this party into a competition. Kyle will hear about Audra's idea to present perfume samples and see which one the mysterious Dumas would like best for the woman in his life. Since Jack is the one attending the party, Kyle will agree to run it by him. Audra will counter that she has more of a spark with Kyle and argue that they need to sell that sizzle to the public. Kyle will point out that he didn't get invited, but Audra will note that she could bring him as her +1. Although Kyle will try to pass on the invitation, Audra will push him to think it over. Once Kyle exits, Victor will walk over and urge her to do better than that, or else this endeavor will be all for naught. Near the door, Victor will bump into Jack and Diane on the way out. After Diane and Jack mention that they decided to accept Dumas' invitation, Victor will advise against it. Victor will act like this party is all about him, since Dumas considers him a worthy adversary, unlike Jack. From where Victor is standing, Jack and Diane will just be distracting pawns in Dumas' game. That's why Victor will encourage Diane and Jack to just steer clear of Dumas and this shindig. At Crimson Lights, Damien Kane will give Lily Winters a present, though he'll assure her it's a friendly gesture and not a romantic one. It'll be a book on the history of jazz, so Lily will get choked up when she realizes Neil Winters used to have a copy that got lost. Lily will also talk to Damien about the possibility of hiring Holden at Winters. Damien will suggest maybe Holden could work in a different division since he won't be so sure working together is a good idea anymore. Holden will overhear part of the conversation and slam Damien in front of Lily. In the end, Holden will think their friendship served its purpose to Damien and is now over. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Lily will comfort Damien after this Holden blow-up, so that'll bring a close moment between them. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, June 10th, hint at some interesting moments in Genoa City. Someone encourages an employee to play dirty, while a friendship is tested, and two people agree on a meeting. What's set to unravel during Tuesday's show? Time to find out. Victor Newman encourages dirty play. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, June 10th, suggests that Victor Newman will encourage Audra Charles to pull some underhanded moves, and this sounds like it's related to their plan for Kyle Abbott. It sounds like a scene is set to take place between the mustache and Audra at GCAC, where he'll push her to make sure Kyle will attend Aristotle Dumas's party in France so that they can trap him. With that said, someone will get a bird's eye view of the chat. A friendship tested as per the YNR weekly preview for June 9th to 13th. Holden Novak will listen into the conversation between Victor and Audra, so he'll learn why his ex is so fascinated with Kyle. Will Holden try to reason with Audra or possibly help her? After all, he may promise some assistance in exchange for a new role at her big fancy cosmetics company. Holden is unemployed now, something he blames Damien Kane for. Still, added teasers suggest that their friendship will be tested, so can they pass this with flying colors? While Damien has given Holden a hard time in the past, fans can tell he genuinely cares for him, like a brother. Here's hoping these two can iron out their issues to move past this latest drama. Jack and Diane agree to a meeting finally. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday note that Jack Abbott and Diane Abbott decide to move forward with meeting Dumas and going to his fancy shindig in France. Will they come to regret this decision? Are you excited about Tuesday's show? Join the conversation below. Watch your favorite soap on CBS Daily and check out SOS regularly for the hottest Young and the Restless news and spoilers.